Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Shining Empathy. My name is Joel, and this is your weekly reading for December 5th to December 11th, 2016. So I had said in my previous, I just uploaded an unboxing video of my latest deck, the Rumi Oracle. I'll show you that right here. So if you haven't seen that deck review and you like to watch deck reviews, go ahead and check that out. Less a review, more first impressions review slash, unboxing. But yeah, I had said that I would try and maybe do a reading with it this week if I was able to just intuitively pick up on the cards. Some of the cards are very intuitive, but a couple of them I was really struggling with. So rather than sitting here struggling with a new deck for the weekly reading and having it go on much longer than it needs to, I'm going to stick to the usual for now, but maybe we'll see about next week about trying it out. So, I'm just going to go ahead and set the intention. This is for everyone who is watching this video. We can get some messages for them. What do they need to know? What is ahead for us this week? And again, I'm sticking with the mind, body, spirit, the angel wings of freedom spread. I really like how that's been going for the weekly reads, so I think I might just keep that. Okay. All right. So, we're going to start with body. Actually, let's start by pinning this down here. Okay, so body. Unconditional love. I'm going to roll up my sleeves here. This is essentially our challenge spot in body. We are not giving our bodies the love and acceptance that we should be. So bear in mind how you are treating and how you are viewing and perceiving your body right now. Are you loving and accepting of yourself physically right now, of your body the way it is? This would suggest that no, we aren't. So let's go ahead and have a look at our solution slash strength. Count your blessings. This is kind of perfect. If we can't necessarily look at our bodies and see the good in it, there is good in everything as far as our bodies, our lives. If you are sitting here watching this video, your heart's beating, you're breathing, you're present here, that's a blessing, okay? So there are blessings, and it's just a matter of going through and counting them. So in terms of the physical, our solution and strength to this is simply look at the blessings of your body. How's your health? Are you in good health right now? Are you simply, one of the blessings is just that, are you alive right now? Yes, you are alive. That is a blessing, okay? So go through and count those blessings. Maybe you could look in the mirror while you do this and say, you know what, I really like my hair, or I really like the color of my eyes, or what have you. Just go through and look at the things that you really love about yourself and that you really like about your body. All right, and that will help you tap into that unconditional love of the body and the self. Very, very great place to start here. Okay, let's have a look at the mind. Interesting. Loved one in heaven. So I'm kind of getting this impression. We've seen a couple different cards come up in the mind area where it's like we are struggling with peace of mind right now. We are struggling. We are in maybe a little bit of crisis in the mind area right now. This here would suggest that we actually have spiritual support, either guided spiritual support, angels, what have you, whatever it is that you believe or don't believe. If you're watching this video, I have to assume that you're open to at least the concept of spiritual support. And Yeah, this one is very much more tied to deceased loved ones that are kind of supporting us from the other side. But there's a challenge in this area. There's a challenge simply in the mind that we're going through right now that we are receiving spiritual support from, and we're not necessarily seeing that spiritual support right now, okay? We're not necessarily, if we're getting signs, we're not seeing those signs. Maybe we just feel like we're completely alone in the situation, and that's kind of what we're up in our minds about. Let's have a look at what our strength solution is here. Earth Angel. We've seen this come before. This is about tapping into the things that make us divine here in this physical world. The ways that we shine our light every day, that we offer our presence, our assistance, our compassion, our empathy, our love. What we do here every day that literally makes us an expression of the divine, of angels. Essentially, I think this is just sort of tapping into your purpose a little bit more, because given the state of the world right now, a lot of us are realizing that what we want to do in this world is much more about kind of elevating it out of where it is. And I think that's part of the awakening. The reason why the world is the way it is right now is for more people to awaken to their true purpose here. One of the reasons why the world is the way it is. But as a result of that, it can be very easy to kind of get dragged down by everything going on, but tap into what it is that you do every day that you know is an expression of something much higher than yourself. That feeling of purpose, that feeling of, I am here to do this. Maybe, and that doesn't have to be something like what I do in terms of readings, card readings and such. It could be a simple matter of, if you're a therapist or a doctor, nurse, if you work in a firehouse as a fire person, or what have you, like, look to how in every day that you are helping people. If there's not something else beyond that calling you, to look for it in what you're already doing, because I can almost guarantee you that if it's something that you want, you're doing it in some way through your current vocation. And I gotta say, even if you're working at a fast food joint, how you are with the people that you interact with every day is also an expression of that. Do you actually take the time to smile and connect with people a little bit? There is something to that. You are giving yourself to people in that way. So look for that, okay? That'll help us with whatever it is that we're struggling with in our minds right now. Spirit. Synchronicity. This is sort of, I could almost see this as feeling like we might be in a little bit of spiritual crisis. We're not necessarily feeling like we are where we're supposed to be. This card's also about getting signs. When we're looking for guidance, when we really feel like we're reaching out spiritually for guidance and we're not getting it. This card would say different. This card would say you are receiving it, but everything in its proper time. Just because you're asking for it in this moment doesn't necessarily mean that angels are going to swoop down and pull you out of the situation. If you're not receiving physical help like that, it's because on some level you need to be where you are. But keep your eyes open. In this spot, it's saying that you're not feeling the guidance, support, signs from Spirit right now. And it's also suggesting that you're just really feeling out of sorts, that you're maybe just in a little bit of unrest spiritually right now. So maybe even a little bit in crisis. Let's have a look at what our solution here is. This couldn't be any more perfect. Live your joy. This is literally about tapping into passion, what makes you happy, what makes you joyful, what literally makes you want to jump up and down. If you could think of one thing that you wanted to do every day that would just tickle you pink, that would just make you jump up and down and think, oh my gosh, I cannot believe I am doing this. Tap into that. You need to live that. You need to make that your life every single day. So messages that we're getting here is that we're not seeing the guidance, we're not seeing the signs when we're feeling our spiritual crisis, our spiritual unrest. When we tap into our joy, when we are living our joy, we will feel that guidance more. We will see the signs. We'll actually be open to seeing those signs and that guidance, okay? Chances are, if you're not seeing signs from spirit, guides, angels, what have you, if you're not seeing those signs from the universe, and you're not feeling that guidance, it's probably because on some level you're closed down to it. You're shut off. You're not allowing that in. Okay? So it could be sitting right in front of you and you wouldn't want to see it anyway. So that's very much a choice and place of mind. So bear that in mind a little bit too. But get to this place and you'll be much more open to receiving it. Let's have a look at what the direct message from the spirit realm is for us this week. Amazing. Don't hate, meditate. All right? So I think this is just further kind of pushing that idea of get out of your heads. Whether it's meditating, yoga, going for a walk, sitting down with friends and having a good chat and just sort of getting stuff off your chest, whatever it is, but don't go into that place of I hate the world, I hate people, I hate this, I hate that. Like, don't get into that place of hate. All that does is create more of what is causing us to feel that way. Find a place where you can come to be acceptance and peace with what's happening. So whatever that is for you, if that's meditating or what have you, do those things this week and get out of that space of hate. All right? Maybe even just watch yourself this week and catch yourself when you say, "Oh, I hate this." Try not to use that word. Just try, and be even more so. Just be mindful of how often you're using it. I think some people would be very surprised upon reflection and upon catching themselves how often they use the words "I hate." And replace it with something else. Replace it with what you love, with what you like to do, with the things that are good. What we focus on very much becomes our reality. So if we just want to focus on all the really awful shit in the world and in our lives, that's all we're going to see. And we're going to think that's all there is. That's not true, obviously. Or maybe not so obviously to some people. But we have to kind of shift gears and get out of that hate space, all right? So that's the message from Spirit this week. All right. I hope you guys got something out of this reading and that you enjoyed it. If you did, please go ahead and like the video. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, you can also check me out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, @ShiningEmpathy. And until next time, everybody, love and light to you all.